Following Max Verstappen's win in the Dutch Grand Prix and Italian Grand Prix, Max Verstappen has one hand on this year's World Championship. But when can he mathematically clinch it? Is there anyone that can stop him from winning the 2022 championship? If you want to find out, stay tuned till the end of the video. Verstappen set down another marker in the championship battle that is presently only going one. At the start of the season, with Ferrari's 2 victories in the first 3 races, it seemed he was in for another season-long battle. But Red Bull's dominance has been overwhelming since then. Verstappen has won his 11th race of the season, giving him an insurmountable lead at the top of the championship, and he is closing in on his second championship with just 6 races remaining in 2022. Verstappen would come close to lapping his competitors if the championship fight were a Grand Prix. He has 335 points, which is 125 points more than his teammate Sergio Perez. This season, Verstappen has collected the most points for the fastest laps 6 times. Perez, Carlos Sainz, and Lewis Hamilton each have 2, while Leclerc has 3. Lando Norris of McLaren has 1. 6 drivers can still win the World Championship, even though it seems exceedingly implausible. Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, George Russell, and Hamilton may all be World Championships by the conclusion of the last race in Abu Dhabi. Verstappen might be crowned World Champion in 2022 as early as the Singapore Grand Prix if all of his championship opponents fail to finish in the points in the following 2 races. Verstappen would clinch the championship at the Japanese Grand Prix if he wins every race plus the fastest lap, with Perez or Leclerc finishing second. The Dutchman can afford 4 DNFs and still win the championship. But can Charles Leclerc win the title? Despite being behind by 125 points, all hope is not gone for the Monegasque following additional disappointment in Zandvoort. Leclerc's uphill job has just grown steeper, and even if he wins every race, Verstappen would end the season 31 points ahead if he finished second. If Verstappen failed to complete every race, Leclerc would pass him at the conclusion of the US Grand Prix and finish ahead of him. Realistically, Leclerc needs Verstappen to finish no higher than 4th in at least 4 of the remaining races to win the championship by a few points. Verstappen is driving away with the World Championship as the early promise of a season-long title duel between Red Bull and Ferrari evaporated. It is now a matter of when, not if, the Dutchman will successfully defend his World Championship title and become a 2-time world champion. Verstappen has a seemingly insurmountable lead at the top of the championship standings after 10 wins in 5 races this season. Except for something remarkable, there is no stopping Verstappen on his way to a second straight World Championship. It is a far cry from the conditions in which Verstappen won his first Formula 1 championship against Lewis Hamilton. Their title duel lasted 22 rounds and concluded in one of the most spectacular and contentious last laps in history on the final lap of the season in Abu Dhabi. A win for our channel will be possible with your support by liking the video and subscribing to our channel. You can also hit the bell icon to get an instant notification when we add new videos in the future. While technically feasible, closing up the championship with 6 races left is exceedingly improbable since it would need Verstappen to not only win the next 3 races, but also for all of his title competitors to fail to earn a single point. Verstappen would win the championship even if the drivers try to do their best to stop him. He is on his way to victory. The champagne might be put on hold until the US Grand Prix in Austin, but only if Perez and Leclerc can leave Suzuka with fewer than 112 points behind Verstappen. Both Perez and Leclerc would have to start beating Verstappen if they want to keep Verstappen waiting until the Mexican Grand Prix at the end of October. It would take a drastic change in form and poor luck for Verstappen's crowning to be postponed much longer. Suzuka seems to be a potential location for the destiny of this year's World Championship to be determined based on current form and Verstappen's dominance. Verstappen has the potential to smash multiple records in his approach to winning the championship. Verstappen is on track to set a new record for the most victories in a single season. The achievement of winning 13 games in a season has only been accomplished twice before. Michael Schumacher won 13 of 18 races on his path to the title in 2004, while Sebastian Vettel won 13 races on his road to his 4th and final world title in 2013. Vettel's title-winning streak in 2013 includes 9 straight wins, which remains the longest in F1 history. Verstappen has a chance to overtake Vettel's record if he wins the next races. He is now on a 5-game winning streak for the 2nd time this season.
It's a 5th consecutive win for Max Verstappen.
But an unbroken winning streak, up to and including Brazil, would be required to create an unheard record. Another record that Verstappen might break is the most remarkable points advantage in F1 history. That title is currently held by Sebastian Vettel, who finished the 2013 season with a 155-point lead at the top of the World Championship after winning the Brazilian Grand Prix. Since Verstappen has a 125-point difference, now he needs 30 more points to meet the previous record. Verstappen presently ranks 9th with 30 career Grand Prix wins after Nigel Mansell and Fernando Alonso. Verstappen is the only driver this season who cannot reach Ayrton Senna, who is 6th with 41 victories. Following Verstappen's victory from P14 on the grid, Mercedes team chief Wolff said that we are in a situation where the championship will be concluded in Europe probably. While technically not conceivable, Wolff's exaggerated remark may have been a role in how soul-destroying Verstappen's speed was for the opposition. Verstappen is already running wild in the championship, draining whatever was left of the 2022 title competition of oxygen and instead putting it on life support after being held honest by Charles Leclerc and Ferrari in the first part of the season. Given Verstappen's and Red Bull's supremacy, we believe Suzuka, Japan will be the most probable location for the Dutchman's second coronation. If Leclerc and Ferrari can find some speed to change the trend, or if Verstappen has any problems, Austin's Circuit of the Americas might host its first championship decider since 2015. Despite Verstappen's seemingly unassailable lead, Red Bull team chief Christian Horner is not about to relax. I think as far as championship tables look, they obviously look really healthy, Horner said on Sunday night. But things can change very, very quickly. We saw that. I think we were 46 points behind when we left Australia, and within a couple of races had managed to turn that around. Our prerogative is on each race, one at a time, and the championship tables will take care of themselves. So we just want to keep this momentum rolling forward. So far, the Dutchman has earned an absurd 20.6 points each race, while Leclerc and Perez have averaged 13.4 points per race. If we apply that average to the remainder of the season, Verstappen will be proclaimed champion by the time the checkered flag falls at Suzuka. The champagne might be put on hold until the United States Grand Prix in Austin, but only if Perez and Leclerc leave Suzuka with a deficit of fewer than 112 points to Verstappen. The current difference is 109 points. Basically, the pair has to start chipping away at the tabletopper's advantage, which has not occurred yet this season. Max, on the other hand, will not be content to limp his way over the finish line. Verstappen has now surpassed his 2021 record of 10 victories and has already trebled the number of victories he had at the start of the season. Several of the remaining Grand Prix will benefit the Red Bull power unit, most notably Mexico and the Circuit of the Americas in Texas. Even on courses that may not be ideal for the Red Bull crew, Max seems practically unbeatable. He already has his first Drivers' Championship under his belt at the age of 24. Furthermore, despite accusations of foul play, false champion, or human error champion, the young man, now a high-ranking official in the Dutch Empire than Sir Lewis Hamilton, earned his first championship. He led more laps, won more races, and finished level on points with Hamilton in the final race despite having one less race in which to gain those points. He is now on the verge of another tremendous accomplishment and is rapidly ascending the ranks of fame. While he is a long way from Hamilton and Schumacher's 7 titles, or even Fangio's 5 and Prost and Vettel's 4, Max is demonstrating a mindset and passion for winning far above his years. The 2022 season may be all but certain. Max is in such good shape that he could probably have a half-decent race in a Honda Civic Type R at this point. However, I believe that the records Verstappen is on his way to breaking are only a preview of what is to come in the coming years. The real issue now is whether anybody, driver and team, can rise to the occasion and prevent Verstappen from matching Hamilton's 7 championships. When do you think Max Verstappen will be crowned champion? Or do you think someone is able to take it away from him? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of our incredible videos. Keep an eye out for the next video. Bye for now.